Hey, this is Dr. Story. I have an interesting article for you on the core. This is a sports magazine. I'm not really into baseball that much, but the thing is, this is an article about a guy, the New York Mets third baseman David Wright, and I guess he was diagnosed with a back problem, and it goes over his grueling rehab, which is kind of interesting, and they talk about how he did 3 hours of core exercises, and they did this revolutionary core exercise called anti-rotation, anti-bend, anti-flexion, anti-extension exercises, and it goes through his routine, and it's like 3 hours of core exercises 4 days a week to eventually get him back to playing professional baseball. And I think that's fascinating because it gives people the impression that it takes 3 hours of work, 12 hours a week of exercise. Now, if you're getting paid as much as this guy is getting paid, and you're not playing at all, you have nothing to do per day except do these exercises. But I think to give these exercises to the common everyday person or everyday athlete for that matter is just unrealistic. So I could actually show you the exercises that he did, but you don't have to do it for 3 hours a day. I think it's reasonable to say 10, 15 minutes tops. That's really all it takes to help people with back pain. So if you're interested in learning the exercises, I could show them to you in my office. They are a little complicated. They take a little practice, but they're worth it. But I just thought it was interesting regarding this professional baseball player. What's even more fascinating with this article is the fact that he's a guy, and when they talk about the history of his back and how when he first started getting back pain, he didn't want to tell anybody. Typical guy, right? Typical male macho athlete. And then finally the pain got so bad that he couldn't play, and then he told the trainers that he had pain, and they just put him on the disabled list for 2 weeks and said, just rest it, see if it goes away. I thought that was pretty funny. Not for him, but the thing is, that's the best they can do, to just say, just rest it and we'll see what happens. And then also, what's interesting in the article is they talk about how he was diagnosed with spinal stenosis. But with magazines like this, they never tell you the specifics, the juicy gossip or the specifics about the injury. It's unlikely that he had true spinal stenosis because there's different types of stenosis. There's central canal stenosis and lateral canal stenosis, and it's very likely he had lateral canal stenosis. The authors who wrote the article probably don't know the difference because central canal stenosis is a pretty bad disease that occurs in old age. There really is no, exercises don't affect it at all. It's basically a squeezing of the actual spinal cord, whereas lateral canal stenosis would probably respond better to exercise. So that's the only thing I saw in this that I thought was kind of fascinating. So if you want to learn about this stuff that even the professional athletes don't know until they get injured, let me know, and I'll give you the information.